Been waiting on these greens to turn to seed, and they're about there. But after I've got everything cleared out, I began to really look at the leaves, and I noticed that the patterns in the leaves and the veins, they remind me of kind of the veins in the human body. God has a tendency to have patterns throughout everything he does, in particular in design. We're in the book of Leviticus, and there definitely is some patterns in the book of Leviticus. Oftentimes we see that it's just this kind of random repetition, but that's not what it is. It's linguistically called a chiasm, but pictorially, what we see is it starts off and it talks about the sacrifices, and then we go to the priest, and then purity laws, and then right in the center is the Day of Atonement. Then we pick up more purity laws, priest, and sacrifices again. And so you can see that there's sacrifices at the beginning, there's sacrifices at the end, there's priest, and there's priest towards the end, there's purity laws again, and the Day of Atonement right in the center. If you're familiar at all with the tabernacle or the temple, you'll see that this kind of looks like a menorah pictorially. And so there are these patterns that you find in the Word of God. Now, was God trying to show us the menorah in there? I don't know. But what I see is that this chiasm that he has placed here creates an amazing structure that causes your mind to want to think about other things. Now, where we are today is we're talking about purity. And the title of today's devotional is Sanitation Laws. And in Leviticus 15:31, it starts off and it says, "Thus shall ye separate the children of Israel from their uncleanness, that they die not in their uncleanness." You know, one of the things that God understood is he understood about germs, and he understood about viruses and things like this. And so he actually establishes here in the Word of God ways that we can stay pure and stay clean, things we should stay away from. These are things that we have as a people just really learned scientifically as of late. And I find it rather interesting is now we've allowed science to be our guiding light when in reality the Word of God has always been the light. And so as you take a look at the book of Leviticus and you go through this, it may be laborious, but let me assure you that God is saying much more than what you realize on the surface. There's a deeper level. Pray that he will open up your mind to understand that. Had something shared with me just here recently, and I thought it was wonderful. A young child told their parent, "I don't really understand everything that goes on in big church. Can you pray with me that I'll understand?" So if a child can ask for understanding, we can surely ask God for understanding about the things that he has laid out in the Word of God. There's a depth there that's unreal. Things that we see seem to tie with other things, and we see that they have spiritual lessons as well. What is God trying to show us today? May the light come on for us. God bless you.